Hey YouTube, so today I'm going to make a video. This is a request video that I've got from a few people, a few of my subscribers. I've got asked a lot how I contour my cheekbones or my face, what's a good highlight color for your face, and how I use a bronzer. So today I figured I'd show you a few basics on how to contour, highlight, and use bronzers. So I got a few different products with a few different consistencies so you can kind of see a different range of products that are out there and what might work for you or what you're looking for. So I'm just going to start off by talking a little about bronzers. So the bronzer, I kind of switch back and forth between a whole bunch of different kinds and different finishes, but the one that I have been using recently is my mineralized Skin Finish Natural Bronzer from MAC, and this is called Give Me Sun. So this is a mineral bronzer basically, and I like this one because it's not as dark as how I usually go with my bronzers, and it has more of a warm golden tint to it, which I like because it's getting winter time and I'm kind of fair right now for myself, and I don't want to go as dark as I have been going. So this is something that I've been using. I'll show you how to apply it in just a second. Other bronzers that are out there that I have used are from Bare Essentials. This one is Warmth. It is an all-over face color, and it has more of a warm red undertone if that's what you're looking for. This is great. It is loose in mineral form, but this is really nice, and it has a slight sheen to it. There is also Faux Tan. They have Faux Tan Original and Faux Tan Matte. This is Faux Tan Matte. This is more of a brown undertone, and this is matte, so it doesn't have any shimmer to it. This is what I use a lot for contouring my cheekbones, or you can use it as a bronzer if you want more of a brown-based product. There's also Faux Tan Original, which has a slight sheen to it. So that's another option if you are looking for a loose mineral bronzer. Another thing that I used earlier this summer, which you guys have seen in some of my videos, is the sticks. And this is a Skin Sheen Bronzer Stick in Guilty Bronze by MAC. And they had this in their Surf Baby collection. I don't know if they still have them. You could try to see if they do. I'm sure a lot of other different brands have sticks, and yeah, this is what it looks like. So if you're looking for more of kind of a wet stick consistency, this is a really good bronzer that I like. I'd probably use this more during summertime than wintertime, but it's whatever your preference is. So that's another kind that's out there. Another favorite that I have is my mineralized, not my mineralized, sorry, I've been talking about a lot of mineral stuff. This is my Magically Cool liquid powder. This is in Cajun. It's the darkest color, so because it's dark for me, I use it as a bronzer to give me kind of a bronzy, shimmery look. So if you want a shimmer, this is nice. This is in powder form, but it has like, it's a powder consistency, but it feels almost wet like a liquid, but it's in powder form. It's really cool. But if you do want a powder bronzer with a pretty shimmery finish, the Cajun is really nice. So that's just a few bronzers that are out there that you could try. Also, another option that you could do is use just a powder, setting powder that's a little bit darker. So like for me, I would use probably in this range on the outside of my face, just to kind of darken my skin tone up. So now I'm going to show you how I actually put my bronzer on, and I'm going to use my mineralized bronzer from MAC, and I'm just going to use my Flawless face brush from Bare Essentials, and what I'm going to do is just kind of pat a little bit on my brush, tap off the excess, and I use this for this method for all of my bronzers, like the placement of it, it's all the same. So for me, I want my face to look a little bit thinner, so I'm going to focus the bronzer on the outside of my face just to create those shadows, so it gives the illusion of my face looking thinner. So I'm going to start at my temples, and then I'm going to bring it down to under my cheekbone, so it's right above your ear at a slant. If you do the fishy face, you could see where it is. So I do my temples, bring it down to under my cheekbone just to kind of create a shadow. And then I bring it down under my jawline just so I can kind of define my jaw a little bit. And I do bring it down the sides of my neck too, just so it's all consistent. And I do it on the top of my forehead too, so my forehead looks a little bit smaller. I mean, I'm not saying I have a big forehead, but that's another option if you kind of want to do a little bit of shading on the top of your forehead just to make the illusion of your forehead looking smaller. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. So temples, under my cheekbone, and you can see it kind of gives that shadow, so it makes me look like I have cheekbones. Then I bring it down under my jaw and down the sides of my neck. So a lot of you guys have been asking how I do my bronzer, and that is how I do my bronzer. So, yeah. So, that's just the placement I do. You don't have to do it that way. Some people do their bronzer like across their face and across the bridge of their nose. If you want to do it, you can. But I like to keep the center of my face a little bit lighter. So that is how I do my bronzer. I'm going to show you guys now how to contour. So I kind of switch back and forth between just a powder that's a little bit darker than my skin tone to do some shading, or I just use my faux tan matte, and I usually use matte colors for contouring because you want to give the illusion of, like, I don't know, you want to create that shadow. So if you have a matte, it kind of brings the shape in. If you have a shimmer, it kind of makes the shape go out, if that makes sense. So I guess I'm going to I'll use my Bare Essentials mineral powder. It's loose, and I just tap probably like that much in my lid. And what's really helpful for me is using an angled brush because you can really follow the shape. So I'm just going to put the powder on the side of my brush, tap off the excess, and I kind of do this funny face just to see where the shadow is. So you can see it's right here. And then you just want to create that shadow. And you want to keep it kind of up. You don't want to go down, so keep it up from your top of your ear at a slant and then buff up just a little bit. So you can see it kind of creates that shadow, gives the illusion that I do have a cheekbone there, and you could bring it in a little bit farther if you want. Okay, and I'm going to do the same on this side. I hope this is showing up on my camera, but all you're really doing is creating shadow in your face. Okay, so that's how I contour my cheekbones. And then also, if you want to make your face look even more thin, you can brush a little bit on the sides of your temples, kind of like how I did my bronzer, but that's just an option. Also, what you could do if you do want to contour a little bit more, another area people do is their nose. Me, I don't really care about my nose, it's whatever. But if you do want to contour your nose, use like a powder that's a little bit darker than your skin tone. And I would normally just use a small brush like this, and then you would start at the starting point of your brow, and then come down the bridge of your nose, and then go like that. I'm not really doing it on myself, but I'm just showing you where you would do it. And then once you do that line, you're just going to buff out the edges like that, and just kind of pull it down so it does make your bridge of your nose look a little bit thinner. So that's another thing you could do. So now I'm going to show you where I would highlight and what products I use for highlighting. So there's tons out there. One that I use a lot, which is my Magically Cool liquid powder from MAC, and this is in Honey Rose. This gives you kind of that wet dewy look on the tops of your cheeks if that's what you're going for. It has a really pretty shimmer to it. I know you guys have seen me use this in tons of my videos if you follow me, but I don't know, I love this highlighter. And another one that Bare Essentials has are their radiances. They have so many different finishes. I believe there's like 8 or 9 or maybe less than that. I don't know, but there's a lot, and they have a whole bunch of different undertones. So you can kind of choose what undertone you want for the highlight. Like example, Clear Radiance is more of a pink undertone. Flawless Radiance is more of like a golden undertone. And they have Warm Radiance, which is more of a red undertone. It's all whatever your preference is for highlighting. I have Secret Radiance here, which is more of like a gold undertone. This one came in a kit a few Christmases ago. This is the only radiance I could find that I have right now. So I'll do kind of a one on each cheek so you could see the difference. Another product that MAC has is their Luster Drops. This is a permanent product that they have. There's two different finishes. There's more of a pinky undertone, and this one's more of a golden undertone. So I'm actually going to show you how to use this one. I'm just going to dab. Actually, let me zoom in. Okay. So this is a liquid. Little goes a long way. I'm just going to use my finger for this. So I'm just going to pat my finger in the drops and then just pat it on the high points of my cheeks, and I'm just basically patting it in to my skin. So this is going to give you a really pretty glow. And you want to do it on the highest point of your cheek. And this is where like the sun would normally hit. So you could see it gives you that really pretty kind of gold glow, wet look on your face. Okay, so that's one option that you can use for a highlighter. I'm going to show you, another thing you could do for highlighting, which I use, is you can use eyeshadows for highlighters. Nylon's a really good one, but I really like bright highlights. You guys have probably noticed in my videos, so I can use this on the tops of my cheeks too, if you want to use an eyeshadow, but you don't have to. And then, so I'm going to show you, I'll just do Radiance since you guys have seen me use my Magically Cool liquid powder a lot. So this is in powder form, it's a loose form, and for highlighters I use a small brush. This is the Fast and Flawless blending brush. I use small brushes because you can really focus where you want the product. So I'm just going to dip my brush in here, tap off the excess, and again go on the high points of your face. And I like to make a C, so I'll go around my my eye and then bring it down to the apple of my cheek. So that's another product you can use to highlight. And I know MAC has mineralized highlighters, and then Bare Essentials does, a whole bunch of different brands do. So this is a powder form, and then this is more of a liquid. So just to show you guys two different methods. And then another place that you can highlight is under your brow, which I do a lot, and I just take it from the very high point of my arch and then bring it down. You can also highlight in the center of your tear duct just to bring more light to the center of your face. Also another trick is I put a little bit of like my highlight right on my Cupid's bow just to make my top lip look a little bit fuller. And yeah, so let me zoom out. So hopefully that's helpful for you guys on different highlighters, different bronzers, where to contour. I just wanted to make a kind of quick basic video for you. So I'm going to list all these products in my blog from different brands, the options, different consistencies, what my favorites are, so you guys can look and compare and maybe find a highlighter, bronzer, or contour powder for you. If you have any questions, let me know, and that is the end of my little basic tutorial. Hope that was helpful. Hope the ladies who requested it, hope you guys like that. So anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.